welcome to South Africa. We are in the Gauteng province here in Johannesburg, also known as the City of Gold or Egoli or just simply Jozi. It's a bustling metropolis of over 5 million people. In the northwestern suburbs is Randpark Golf Club, known for its two 18-hole championship courses, Firethorn and Bushwillow. Firethorn is hosting us this week. Welcome to the Joburg Ladies Open here at Randpark Golf Club's Firethorn, a true test of championship golf. It's an important week on the calendar. This is the 7th event of the season on both the Sunshine Ladies Tour and the Ladies European Tour in this co-sanctioned event. With 34 nationalities represented and a field that blends established winners, rising rookies and local talent, this is a genuinely global field competing on South African soil. Joining me in commentary is Tandy McCullum. Tandy, this is a course that you're very familiar with and it's certainly looking great, isn't it?
Good afternoon and welcome to all our viewers. It is a beautiful day here in Johannesburg at Randpark. And yes, Leanne, I did actually work here a couple of years ago, so I know these courses very well, like the back of my hand, but they are in such stunning condition at the moment. They are really beautiful.
Yeah, we've certainly had a lot of rain over the last few months and we haven't been spared this week either. But let's take a look at that LET Order of Merit. Casandra Alexander sitting at the top after the first 6 events of the season. The South African began the year strongly with 4 top 10 finishes in her first 4 events. Alexander is 35.15 points ahead of France's Agathe with Australia's Kelsey Bennett and third, the top 3 players all here in Johannesburg. So plenty at stake. So a field of 120 players took to the Firethorn course and they've been full of praise for this challenging layout and the growth of this event. Well, Brianna is a pocket rocket and on the second day she continued her charge, shooting a 69 to share the lead with France's Celine Herbin, who signed for a 67, and the pair at the top on 11 under par. 1 stroke clear of France's Camille Chevalier, who posted a 66. Herbin took full advantage of the opportunity to play the aggressive golf she enjoys. Well, it certainly is a tough closing stretch here on the Firethorn course, 16, 17 and 18. But let's update you on how that round 3 leaderboard is shaping up. We've had a bit of movement there, Tans. I mean, Casandra Alexander today, 5 under through 12, and she really is making her intentions clear.
Absolutely. I think she's enjoying this course layout and it definitely suits her with all those par 5s, especially with her prodigious length. As we move a little further down that leaderboard, Tina Mazzarino has already enjoyed her season thus far on the Sunshine Ladies Tour, going along quite nicely today, as well as Alice Hewson, previous South African Women's Open champion, going back a few years. Danielle de Toy also going along quite nicely. She carded a 2 on the 9th hole earlier on today.
Yeah, certainly interesting to have a look at that leaderboard and see all the nationalities that are represented. But let's go have a look at Casandra Alexander a little earlier on today. This at the 11th and chipping in here.
Good chance out there. Right in the middle, right in the middle. Yeah! Right in the middle. Told you it was a wedge. Long between you.
Wow, stunning performance there from Alexander, and that her 5th birdie of the day. As we cross over now to our live pictures, we're here at 13, and this is Alexander's 2nd shot, looking to continue with this momentum.
She's in a very good space with her golf this year, and you've just seen by her consistent results that she's posted.
Fulcher for birdie. Currently 5 shots off the pace. She has been making very good progress so far today, hasn't dropped a shot, and that is the kind of golf that Cass will be looking to play. Interesting to see that she doesn't have Charlie on the bag. And if I'm not mistaken, that's actually Doug, who used to be on Nicole Garcia's bag.
I think you're right there, Leanne. Speaking of which, we know that Nicole Garcia is around this week with her little one, little Bailey. Hoping she'll be able to pop in later, give us an update. As we look at Casandra Alexander settling for a par at the 13th.
We'll be here at the 10th tee now as the action continues. It is the 3rd round of the Joburg Ladies Open, and we are with our leader, Camille Chevalier. 3 birdies so far today on that front 9. She'll be looking to continue that upward trajectory, and she's really playing very nicely indeed. It's interesting actually, Tans, to see how the French players have done so well here this week.
Yeah, taking a look at that leaderboard, it's almost like miss one, dot one, and there's a French flag. You see a layout that seems to be suiting them. Speaking of French ladies, Celine say in her interview she's been playing for 15 years. She's got a wealth of experience, and not to give away my age at all, Leanne, but I actually went to tour school with her in Europe. She's carried on playing, and I turned 40 yesterday, so I'm pretty sure she's in a very similar age category, and it's great to see her still playing and competing.
Well, happy birthday for yesterday.
Very realistic birdie chances, a little on the left side, probably half a ball outside left, putting slightly uphill. She can afford to give it a nice firm stroke. She's done exactly that. Centre cup. Great birdie on the 10th with Jess Baker.
Oh, that was nicely done. Let's go to 15 now. And this is where our Beat the Pro contest is taking place. The greens have really been receptive after all of the rain that we've had, so it's made it quite interesting to view and to see how attacking these players can be.
Camille Chevalier, wow, taking dead aim on the 10th. She's not holding back. Beautiful approach shot there. Just to quickly give a shout out to the course superintendent, Wessel Divenacher, and his team.
Yeah, it's the first time the Joburg Ladies Open has been held here at Randpark. I'm sure it won't be the last either.
Casandra Alexander is playing 167 today. It does play slightly downhill. It is a little back into the breeze though. Flag today on 15, just 6 from the right. You do not want to miss this right. She's gone dead straight at it. Great approach shot. Camille Chevalier, this for a birdie. Pull clear by 2. And she's done it. Just dropping it on that right edge. Very solid round of golf so far. No bogeys. Kaiser Arvefjell, second. First par 5 on the back 9. Little heavy-handed there.
Great to see her firing on the 3rd round here at the Joburg Ladies Open. Great chance back up the hill. Ball from her right-hand side. Should turn now.
Oh. That was unlucky. An opportunity goes astray. She remains at 12 under. Coming off for birdie at 10. To the Spaniard now. Taps it in, does Anna Paleth-Trevino. She stays at 4 under.
Brianna Navarrosa, second shot, par 4, 11th. Catching the right-hand side of that bunker. It's quite a steep lip there. Hopefully it's managed to roll back into the flat section. It's going to be quite a tough one if the ball's above her feet and hasn't managed to get a good lie. Celine Herbin. Also the 11th. Probably half the club too much. We did see Casandra Alexander chip in from there earlier, so it can be done. Kaiser Aviafel. This now for a par at the 12th. You really do not want to make a bogey on these par 5s on the back 9. They're all very scoreable. It'll feel like a horrid unforced error, but she's managed to make the par.
Leader, this for birdie at the 11th. And she's been steadily improving this season. It's actually interesting to have a look at the results that she's had. A tie for 34th at the Women's Australian Open, a tie for 18th at the WPGA Champ. So definitely in an upward trajectory, and I'm sure she'd love to get a top 10 finish at least, if not take the win here in Joburg. Baker's second shot there. Disappointing there for Navarrosa, starting the day at 11 under today. She's had 2 birdies and 2 bogeys. And that's after her 2 opening rounds where she was absolutely fantastic. A 66 in the opening round, a 67 yesterday. And now she drops to 10 under.
Yeah, battle with her chip, the Navarrosa. Herbin, inside left. Navarrosa, third into the par 5. The pin is on the left-hand side. Ideally, you want to be underneath that hole. Makes the putt a little easier, especially with the greens being 12.1 on the stump.
Chevalier, our leader now. The third shot at this par 5. She hasn't dropped a shot all day. She's been very neat indeed. That's the sort of play that we'd expect from a player of this caliber. And she's currently lying in second position on the LET Order of Merit. A play with so much confidence. Wow. Stunning play there from Camille Chevalier to move to 15 under. Just not catching that ridge in the midsection, which feeds it towards that pin placing. Well, you see the ball close to the flag. This is a look back at Laura Beveridge and what she did just a few moments ago. Oh, wow. She actually hit the flagstick. There's a nice angle to look at this birdie putter for Kaiser, the Swede. Probably inside left edge.
That looked like she pushed it straight away. It's always tough as left to righters for right-handed golfers. It's always instinctual to want to push it towards the hole. Hey, Al, funny how we like the right to left putts. You almost feel like you could pull it into the hole.
Yeah, it's very easy to aim a little bit too far left on the left to righters, and then the club face just opens a little bit at impact, and then you think you haven't aimed far enough left, and it just becomes a vicious cycle.
You know, I always find if you just addressed it a little more out the hill with those left to righters, it helps quite a bit. Downhill for Klitz.
Safely aboard. Middle of the 16th green. Got an uphill putt there for birdie.
With our leader now at the 13th hole. Enjoying a two-shot cushion at the moment.
And just for our viewers, to help them understand, and I'll probably pose the question both to Nicole and Alan. As a player, I would imagine the only reason that you would want to undertake overhauling your golf swing is either because it's breaking your body, or there is a need to drastically change your shot dispersion.
I'm forever tinkering on my swing, but I think, you know, certain players maybe get to a certain level and they feel like if they want to get to that next level, they need to do something. And players are always in pursuit for a little bit more. But you know that can go seriously wrong and it can go backwards, and then you're just trying to find where you were before, and that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah, I know. I've been working on the same thing for the past 10 years and it's never changed. So it can be quite difficult. Pursuit of perfection.
It's always interesting how you always feel like you make the same mistake for so many years, and I think it's because your body is weak and strong in certain areas, and if you don't focus, it goes back to that default.
Yeah, golf is definitely a constant upgrade, if you will. It's an unbelievable shot. Greens are nice and soft after the weather this week, so can really attack those pins.
Yeah, Nicole, aside from the greens being soft and receptive, the rough is also soft and receptive, so you want to make sure you're finding the fairways, because Kikuyu can get a little gnarly. A couple of players mentioned earlier that this grass in South Africa is very different, and I definitely think it's the nature of Kikuyu. You've got to spend quite a bit of time playing out of it, and you start to get used to how it interacts with the golf club, with the grooves. It is different.
Oh, for sure. I remember battling with the grass overseas when I first left because I was so used to the Kikuyu. It's a completely different technique, especially chipping around the greens when you're in the thick stuff. It's a lot of the players, the first time they come out here, that's also a really good shot, landing nice and soft next to the pin. But yeah, when they first come out, then it's quite difficult for them to adjust.
Kirsten Rudgeley. Second shot into the par 5 14th. Settle. Just releasing into that back bunker. Not too bad though.
Yeah, she might just be on that uphill, which will help.
Mazzarino now, and her opportunity at 15. She's on a run of 5 pars in a row, so we're really looking to break that.
Chevalier. Tricky little hole, this 13th. Doesn't pose to be too much trouble. That downhill, it's difficult to control your distance down that hill. A few tricky slopes in that green.
Well, Chevalier looking to be in the zone. She's got that killer look in her eye, and she knows exactly what she wants come the end of play tomorrow. She certainly set it up very nicely indeed. Our leader by 2 shots, and now just with a few holes to play here, to complete this third round.
Anna Foster. Interesting, just looking at this group, they've had a little bit of a struggle today. Interesting how sometimes your momentum can be affected by your playing partners. And look at those that are posting some beautiful scores, feeding off that energy. Navarrosa.
I think alternatively it's quite tough when somebody is having a really good round and you're struggling.
Both players just leaving it below the hole there. It must be a little bit slower than expected going up the hill there.
Nobilo, the Italian.
Back here, our joint overnight leader, looking for a birdie, and she duly does it.
One of the few players who likes to leave the pin in. I'm still old school, Al. I like to take the flag out.
Yeah, I'm definitely a flag out person as well. So
I think most people, I think it's kind of proven that it's easier to make putts with the flag out. I played a golf in the wind, so you don't really want the flag in when the wind's lying skew.
There's the group of Sophie Witt, Agathe and Lydia Hall.
That's our course superintendent, Wessel Dievenacher. So that's the hole cutter. He's just coming in to either make sure that the cup is down low enough or the edge is not damaged. We saw one of those approach shots was really close. It might have just pitched on the side of the cup.
yeah, so if they can't fix the edge, it'll just keep collapsing throughout the day. So they might end up cutting a whole new hole for this one.
It's quite interesting. You don't get two holes damaged back to back. The last one was the par 3. This is 16. Just trying to establish if that's the same group. Somebody's hitting it pretty good.
Well, perhaps it's all the rain we've been having. It's just made things really soft out there. But it is Chevalier leading the way at 15 under by 2 shots from Linny. Well, Casandra Alexander is leading the South African charge, currently enjoying 3rd position at 12 under alongside Rudgeley and Herbin. And as we take a look down that leaderboard, you just see all the nationalities that have been represented. We have an American in the mix, Navarrosa, playing really strongly through the opening 2 rounds. And there's another African in Maha Diwi. And great to see the Moroccan here, showing us exactly what her game is all about. And she sits at 7 under. Danielle de Toy also at 7 under. Gabrielle Venter is sitting at 5 under. She played fantastic golf at Blair Athol this season to win on the Sunshine Ladies Tour. It was a course that she absolutely gobbled up, and just loving the expansiveness of the course, which suited her game to perfection. As we continue our look down the leaderboard, of course, just bearing in mind the leader is at 15 under. We have the likes of Anna Dawson, Pranavi Urs, a host of players that have been coming to South Africa and very supportive of the Sunshine Ladies Tour over the last few years. Ane Kleinhans of South Africa in a rookie season. and playing very nicely indeed. She has been throughout the course of the season, struggling a little today at 3 over and currently sitting at 1 over, but the cut made at 2 under going into this third round. So Chevalier is the one that they're chasing, and she's not even having the best rounds of the day so far. We see Blanca Fernandez there with a 7 under through 16 holes. Well, this is Randpark Golf Club. It is the third round of the Joburg Ladies Open, and it is a true test of championship golf. A challenging layout here. Casandra Alexander at the last hole now, playing from the bunker and not getting out.
Yeah, tough bunker shot, kind of slightly downhill and above your feet to right pin location. Laisne, uphill, should come a little from her right hand side. Had a great run in Australia, having a win, and second in the Women's Australian Open.
Yeah, this 18th hole has given Cass a few troubles over the last couple of days, but that was a very nice recovery indeed. She hasn't dropped a shot all day.
Again, Laisne, 2 behind the lead, has a par 5 to come. Fantastic tee shot. That pitched about a foot past the flag.
Tell you what, that would have looked pretty good from her angle.
Seeing some amazing tee shots into the par 3s on the back 9.
I mentioned earlier that the 17th, in my opinion, is one of the harder par 3s on this course and one of my personal favorites. So to see these ladies taking dead aim, they're fearless. You've played this golf course quite a few times, Nicole. You enjoy it?
Yeah, last time I played, I think I was an amateur. I played the Gauteng Central. So yeah, it's been a while. I can remember just a select few holes, but I just remember it being a great golf course, and I've only heard good things from the players. So.
Yeah, and I think post the changes in 2014, it's settled in and come into its own.
It's a tough shot from where she was on the fairway there.
As we rejoin the action on the course now, and it is Chevalier, her third shot at the 14th.
The distance is good, but I think she would have liked to have been a little bit short of that flag and given herself an uphill putt.
What do you think her mindset is at the moment? I mean, throughout the course of the day, she's been leading by a shot, a couple of shots, and then, you know, kind of sinking down a little bit. But I'd say for the last 5 or 6 holes, she's been the one that they're all chasing. Well, what sort of mindset do you need to have? Now we're with a bear, and this is an opportunity for an eagle here at the 14th hole. We've seen one already today from Morgan Matro, as well as Verena Gimme.
Yeah, Ebar's got a lovely putt up the hill. This is a great chance. Make an indentation on the leaderboard. And she does.
That is certainly going to make an impression on the leaderboard as she rises up to 14 under, just a shot off the pace now. And that was absolute class from the French woman.
I'll tell you what, after that double bogey start, that is a lot of mental strength to fight back, as she has. The German.
Good effort there from Sophie Witt. And a lovely young lady as well. Very chatty, very bubbly. with our leader now. We saw earlier when somebody closed within a shot, she responded immediately.
Yeah, always difficult when the greens are over 12 and the stimp meter have a downhill birdie putt. You've got to be a little defensive. She'd be a little disappointed with that bunker shot.
Lenny now at the 17th. Very nice, confident birdie there for her. And she moves to 14 under now, alongside Agathe. The pressure most certainly is on. The 15th hole, a par 3. And we've seen some pretty good shots at this one.
Yeah, the players have been peppering this 15th flag today. Laura Beveridge hitting the flagstick, leaving herself a tap in.
Well, Aubert, fresh from her eagle at 14, will be feeling confident.
She stepped out to the side. Has she leaked it to the right? No, she hasn't. Great shot there. 8-10 foot just to the right-hand side, putting slightly uphill.
Agathe, she has had a great start to the season. Looks to have just caught that left-hand bunker, and that's going to be a longer bunker shot to that back right pin location with a little ridge 2/3 of the way down.
Camille Chevalier just to clean up for her par here at the 15th. Currently 1 shot clear of Agathe. Laisne.
Yeah, it's a mind game, all right. Bear seems to be winning that battle today, despite missing out on the birdie.
I think they can thank Celine Sattlecar for leaving, going back to play the LAT, because she won the first 2 and then hasn't played since.
The Swede, Kaiser Arvifel. Outside chance of a birdie, downhill right to left, moving towards the woods. Always tough to putt through the shadows. She's judged that pace quite nicely. Always want to see the ball rolling a little past the hole. Just turned off a bit more than expected. This 18th green here at Randpark 5 on course has got, wow, that's about 45 feet of putt she's just holed. And now she's tied for the lead. I was just about to say, it's quite a complex green this, and she's made it look incredibly easy with that putt. Looks like good contact, ball's flying. Oof. Sure, she was holding her breath for a second. Did mention earlier that 16th can be quite daunting. Fortunately, the flag is back today. Kaiser Arvifel does to clean up for a par at the 17th.
She'll take that. I think she thought she missed it on the left-hand side. Took it up the middle, though.
Navarrosa at the 16th. And it's been a pretty tough day for her. But she's still in the mix and in the hunt.
Wonderful shot from Navarrosa. Roll that in, birdie the par 5 18th, and you right in there.
Then Alan will have to change his score projection. We did say that the loser buys dinner.
I can imagine there's quite a lot of self-talk that happens during the course of that to not get distracted and not get irritated and just stay calm. Oh, beautifully done there by Herbin.
Great momentum going for Herbin. Slow and moany's got to be top of the iceberg.
Not to be for Rudgeley there.
I think 16 and 17, you're always pretty happy with your pars. Got a chance in 18. She's a lovely player to watch, very natural, and looks like the game's quite easy actually. You know, I think par birdie, she's done a really good job after starting the day with a double bogey.
So that great bounce back birdie and then eagle at the 14th. And that's an excellent approach shot into the 17th by Celine. Joint leader, Camille Chevalier. You heard me say that she's very deliberate, doesn't take much time, picks her target. Shot into the 17th. You can see he's just playing a tad down breeze now. Wind has switched a little from earlier. Kaiser Arbefeld, second shot into the uphill 18th par 5. Closing hole. Can she do something magical? Camille Chevalier downhill, just a touch on the right-hand side. It's always tough to putt through shadows. No doubt she would have made her course note. She knows exactly what this putt's going to do. A little slicker from the side, putting towards the water. Oh, just turned a tad more. Good positive roll though.
Yeah, she certainly can't leave the hole, can Herbin. She has been solid the last 9. Another good putt.
Currently in a tie for 30th position.
I did wake up a few times last night with some heavy thunder and lightning in Joburg. Like you forget what it's like up here.
Yeah, and also this 18th tee box, you tee off back towards that beautiful Northcliffe Hill and you see the big water tower in the background as well as those fabulous houses, and it's pretty much over that ridge where the big thunderstorms come. So if you see a big cloud behind that, you know you've got trouble. And looking that way outside the commentary box, we look all clear. That's a good position there by Celine.
Navarrosa certainly having a very good season. 62nd on the LET Order of Merit and 225th on the World Golf Rankings. She finished in a tie for 26th at the Ford Women's New South Wales Open. And she says she loves traveling the world on the LET.
Co-leader Camille Chevalier. Happy.
Well, she played that one confidently, very sure of herself. And that's the kind of confidence that could take her all the way to the title come tomorrow afternoon. But it is turning into a French battle at the top to see who will lift that trophy.
She's been impressive today, very in control. That's going to be a slightly more difficult angle, not much green to work with. I think she was trying to leave it in a similar position to where Navarrosa did, more to the front left-hand side of that green to open up the angle.
Nothing wrong. Long left. Got the whole green to play with.
So this is the last group out there on the golf course at the moment. Brianna, Navarrosa. First to play. Probably the best angle to approach that tight right-hand pin placing. A slight bowl in which it's placing. There's a ridge on the right-hand side which you can use to feed it in towards that flag. Probably looking to fly it 2/3 of the way. Open up the club face and let it check and release. But she's left it below the hole. She's got an uphill putt.
Almost too good, Tandy. I think she pitched it on that uphill and thought it was going to skid it a little more. There's a great view of what Chevalier has left.
Looks like that flag is in the bunker. Greenkeeper's revenge from that angle. Be surprised if she gets a little bit more wristy and lets the club release past. A bit more flight and roll it across the face, and that's pretty good execution.
Certainly don't want to get too cute, leave it in that bunker when you're tied for the lead.
This is the 7th event on the Sunshine Ladies Tour, as well as being the 7th event on the LET. So just a couple of events still to go to draw the curtain on the Sunshine Ladies Tour. Of course, we headed to Cape Town next week, and then finally there'll be the event in Mauritius coming in the first week of May. But they're here, an opportunity for the outright lead. Currently sitting at 15 under, alongside her two countrywomen.
If she makes this, she'll play the last 6 holes, 6 under par. Reality, good 2-putt from Yam, she'll be very happy. Did say that. But Agathe and she made a bomb birdie.
Yeah, she said how much she enjoys this course. I bet she'll love it even more. This one goes in.
It's easy to putt is all she's looking for. Has she done it? Wow. Superb judgment of pace from the whole length of the green. She knocks us in. That's for 3 birdies and an eagle on the back 9.
Looked like she was going to tap it in. I think changed her mind. She likes to have the flag in and thought, okay, hang on. seen most of the ladies today over borrow on this pattern, miss it on the right-hand side. Hopefully she reads it a bit better.
Has been absolutely unreal today. Take a bow, Camille Chevalier. That is absolutely superb. And she now goes into the outright lead. A round of 67 today. What a performance.
6 birdies, no bogeys. Looks like at this stage that Celine will hopefully tie her for the lead. First up though, Brianna Navarrosa. Yes, for 3 birdies the last 4 holes. And that is a neat finish.
Today in the broadcast, Leanne, you referred to her as a pocket rocket. She's most definitely that. Great finish by Brianna.
Yeah, this group's got all the momentum at the moment. Let's see if Herbin can go up to 60 and under. She makes no mistake and joins Chevalier at the very top of this leaderboard, and now a one-shot advantage over Laisne, and things are going to be very, very interesting tomorrow, Al.
Certainly is. I think there might be a big charge from Casandra Alexander. Might be a little biased though, but still a lot of players in contention, all the way down to probably around 10 under. Still have a realistic chance, especially if we have a little downpour and disruptions in the weather.
I'm also feeling quite confident with my estimation of 19 under tomorrow winning score. Hey, as we look at close of round 3, Camille Chevalier alongside Celine Herbin, 16 under par. That is some golf on this golf course. And then 1 spot back, Agathe, Laisne, 1 shot behind.
Well, what will tomorrow bring? Because we've seen some incredible golf, and just look at that scoreboard. It is sparkly all over. We've got some wonderful rounds that were played, and undoubtedly we'll have more of the same tomorrow. Who will feature at the very top come this time on Sunday? It has been wonderful to see the nationalities represented. We've got Diwi, we've got Spain, we've got England, South Africa, Germany, and everybody is knocking at the door looking for an opportunity. Of course, as far as those players a little further down the leaderboard go, they still want to finish in a strong position. There are points that need to be earned, and there are all sorts of things that need to be fulfilled. And so they'll be trying their utmost to finish off on a high. But I think it's important what you say, Tans, about the weather. That is going to be the big question mark over that final round.
Yeah, absolutely. Crossing fingers and toes that it doesn't come through, because I'm looking forward to some more exciting golf. I mean, looking at that back nine, the amount of birdies and eagles, so exciting. As we look at Casandra Alexander from the back of the 11th, just showing so much finesse and touch.
Rudgeley on the 10th, downhill, left to right, in she goes.
Chevalier also on the 10th, dropping it in on the right edge, setting up a great charge for her on the back nine.
Her 3rd into the par 5, the 12th. Great distance control under the hole.
The 15th.
Or a beverage. Almost 100,000 rand courtesy of CRB. Unlucky.
second shot into the 16th forward. Beautifully judged, setting up very nice birdie.
Celine, Herbin, eagle bird, putt should I say, on the 14th.
Agathe again, 45 feet of real estate knocked in on that 18th green for a birdie. Some putting today, I tell you what. It's been so enjoyable, and that's what they are playing for.
Yeah, whose name will be added to that trophy? Be sure that you don't miss any of the action. The final round of the Joburg Ladies Open coming your way live from 12:30 CAT tomorrow. Make sure that you join us again then, because the golf has been red hot and we're expecting more of the same, if not more, in the final round of the Joburg Ladies Open. It's goodbye from all of us. Have a good evening. We'll see you tomorrow.
Ourselves to the northwest of Johannesburg's city centre at the outstanding Randpark Golf Club, the host venue for this year's Joburg Ladies Open, the Ladies European Tour and the Sunshine Ladies Tour. And set within one of the city's most established green belts, it's a venue steeped in history and perfectly positioned to showcase top-class golf right here in the City of Gold in South Africa. Hello and welcome to the revered Randpark Golf Club, set beneath the African sky. This is the stage for the final round of the Joburg Ladies Open, proudly co-sanctioned by the Ladies European Tour and the Sunshine Ladies Tour. I'm Andrew Hope, and it is a pleasure to be here with you in the heart of Gauteng in South Africa. And alongside me is Alan Michelle.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's going to be a tightly contested afternoon. Can Casandra Alexander upset the French command at the top?
All the South African faithful will be spurring their local hero on here at Randpark, one of South Africa's leading golf and lifestyle estates. It is home to two wonderful layouts, including this one, the Firethorn course, which week on week provides a fitting challenge for the field. And this week it's playing as a par 73. It is a long, demanding and beautiful conditioned layout. Looking at the LET Order of Merit, Casandra Alexander has openly said that she wants to win the Order of Merit. And the South African is so far in pole position, albeit at the early stage of the campaign. The top three professionals in the standings pegs it up this week in South Africa, and two remain in contention. Taking a look at the penultimate day's action, Camille Chevalier of France with a brilliant round of 6 under par 67, She was joined at the summit by a French woman, Celine Herbin, who carded a wonderful round of 68. And got Laisne, a former winner on the LET, also won back. And the lady spoke about Casandra Alexander. Shouldn't do too much this putt. Relatively flat green. Probably a little bit from the right-hand side. What a start, Al.
Absolute bomb gainer.
Former winner. Oh, look at that. Agathe from Sweden's 400 through 8. She's taken her tournament tally to 17 under par. She is alongside against Laisne of France and the other co-overnight leader, Celine, who is currently wandered through the first 6 holes. Casandra Alexander has already carded 2 eagles on her card today.
Let's not forget Pierre Babnik has made an eagle and 3 birdies. She knows how to play this game.
The awesome Alice Houston is currently in a share of 14th at 9 under par with the Moroccan Maha Hadioui. Slight pull. Early in the week, Leanne Tolle caught up with the LET Order of Merit's #1.
What a start to her round. 6 birdies in the first 7 holes.
I feel like I'm putting it with the shadow as we look at Casandra Alexander's second shot into the par 4 11th. Great position in the fairway.
Now that pin is front right.
Sunday special from the South African. Sweet take. Your advice, remain at 17 under, a share of the lead.
Yeah, broke a little more, maybe outside the right. First bogey of the day for Agathe.
Up ahead at 11. Can she convert after a beautiful approach? Dots does.
Yeah, and a much needed birdie. Couple over that first 9.
Fulcher for birdie at 12 to get to double digits. Greens are rolling at 12.5 on the stump. Beautiful putt.
Casandra Alexander on the 11th. This for a birdie. Slightly downhill, just a touch off the left. Back of the cup. She's making her presence known. She's now tied for the lead alongside Agathe Lini.
Back into the wind. You got 10, 11, 12 into the wind. 13 crosswind, then you come back down, all the way down when 14 to 18.
Yeah, that's right.
Here's Ariane Klotz now at the 12th. Oh, it's a beauty.
Well judged.
Casandra Alexander now with an eagle attempt here at the par 5 12th. One of few players who's managed to reach the screen. Putting uphill, little double break. Left to right, right to left at the top. She's given that a beautiful roll. Good distance control. It's not an eagle, but it is going to be a tap-in birdie, which will move her 2 shots clear of the nearest player, Casandra Alexander.
Cass is desperate to win this title. She fell agonizingly short 12 months ago at Modderfontein Golf Club to Mimi Rhodes, losing out by 1.
Well, you got to think, obviously, now having a 2-shot lead with 2 par 5s there with her length, she has a great opportunity. And I tell you what, she had a great chance for a 3rd eagle there. You could see the way she was looking at that ball quite intently. Pierre Babnik unfortunately spun back off the green. Yeah, very disappointing 6, unfortunately. I think she's eyeing this one. This is definitely a green flag. Just a little, maybe inside right edge, coming back a little up the hill. Often happens when you're just putting out that French, you're just not sure how it's going to move that first part.
Birdie putt now for the Swede. Just looking like she didn't quite have it online.
Kaiser's already #5 top 10 finishes from the Swede. Let's go to Chevalier for par to remain at 14 under. Share of 5th. Just hasn't got that mojo as we saw yesterday. Sporting the compression socks.
Well, before they chase, they've got to make sure they get this in and remain 2 behind the lead. Then they, no problems.
After that excellent approach shot at distance control. Nice birdie. First bump, she knows what that means.
Chill of the length to reach those par 5s. Come at 14 and 18. The downhill par 4, 13th.
It's actually quite interesting when we look at this leaderboard. There are very few clean cards out there. I mean, a lot of people have bogeys. We've seen bogeys littering that leaderboard. And whether that's got to do with the conditions, whether it's got to do with final day nerves, the course certainly playing a little different and a little more difficult today.
It'll be interesting to see how this ball ends up. Is Cat's going to opt to fly it all the way there? It is in the front left-hand portion. Or will she opt to use the front French, which generally will give you a good hop towards the pin?
Yeah, I think firstly she got a good angle to that left pin location, and sometimes when you're coming out the semi-rough you don't get any spin, so it might help her not to spin the ball. I think probably 10 foot short of the flag. Unfortunately just did a little bit of grab, but no problems there. Grant Winter, what a legend in the golfing circles in South Africa. Been a journalist for a long time.
Babnik also for the right-hand half of the fairway off the tee. Superb angle to attack the pin here. Excellent control. Moment, Casandra Alexander is in control. She's leading by 2 with a birdie putt to come at the 13th. Already 6 under par through 12 holes in the 4th and final round of the Joburg Ladies Open.
Casandra Alexander going along quite nicely today. Already 6 under for her round. She had 2 eagles on the front 9, 1 drop shot, and has picked up 3 birdies since then. So at the moment, 2 shots clear. Currently on the 13th, a little further down that leaderboard. Ariane Klotz also going along, but unfortunately not really making that many birdies. A couple of drop shots. Good round so far by Olivia Cowan and Patricia Isabel Schmidt, the Germans.
Good to see another South African flag on that leaderboard, Danielle de Toy. And she's 1 under through 15 today to sit at 8 under. And that ensures that she's inside the top 24 positions. Kelsey Bennett currently 3rd on the LET Order of Merit. And she signed for a round of 4 under par 69 today to finish at 7 under. Gabrielle Fenter, winner on the Sunshine Ladies Tour already this season, also going along nicely. Alice Hewson must be looking forward to the SA Women's Open coming up next week, a former winner of that event. And she is all square through 16 today to sit at 7 under. But really, it is a full international event. We've got Celine Sattlecow, who won the opening 2 events on the Sunshine Ladies Tour, Nobuhle Dlamini of Eswatini, a popular player here on the Sunshine Ladies Tour. And she signed for a 73 to sit at 5 under.
Chisa Utama coming back again to enjoy her golf here, as well as April Ankosarani. Thai players really enjoy coming and enjoying our South African courses. Zane Kleinans, rookie, currently 2 over. Still a good week for her, but at the moment,
the LAT's Order of Merit leader is leading the way. The race to the Joburg Ladies Open title here, the Firethorn Championship layout at pristine Randpark Golf Club. Amongst the challengers, Zoran Klotz putting for birdie.
Yeah, trying to make it 3 in a row. Great chip in on 12. Good putt on 11. Can she find another?
Alexander is 2. She's got a birdie putt in a row to come. Looking to win this prestigious title for the 2nd time, the first time since 2021. She's played very little golf on the Sunshine Ladies Tour this season.
Eager attempt for Felcher. That is where you want to come in from, though. The 14th, the pin is on the front. Anywhere short of that hole is going to be problematic. But let's go down to the 13th. Casandra Alexander, 15 foot. Interesting with her ponytail. When the last one she had her ponytail on the left-hand side. This one she has on the right-hand side. Obviously, depending on that breeze.
Impressive 26-year-old from South Africa gets another birdie putt to drop, and she takes her lead now to 19 under par, leading by 3.
The consistency of Alexander is absolutely remarkable. You know, she started off the season a runner-up finish at the Supersport Ladies Challenge, and then went to the PIF Saudi International, where she finished 2nd. At the Australian Women's Classic, she finished 6th. At the Women's Australian Open, 4th. And the Australian WPGA Championship, 2nd. And here she is at the top of the leaderboard. How do you manage to string together so much consistency? It's absolutely remarkable.
Well, 41st in the world, this probably gives you a good idea. She's just tee to green, immaculate, and has a lot of length, combining it with some great short game skills. I think you're right, Leanne. There's quite a few bogeys on the course because of the breeze out there, and with those tough pin locations in the corners, it's quite easy if you be a little aggressive to make a few bogeys.
Parallel to Moncourt Street, here is the 12th, Tony McCullum.
You need to try and navigate those 2 bunkers, keep it up the left-hand side and let the camber of the fairway kick it back to the right, and then from there it's going to be a long shot in. Flag is cut just over that right-hand bunker on the green, but you definitely want to stay out of that short bunker. It's not ideal to go in there at all.
Done today, 22 on, 5 from the right-hand side. To the iron.
I think Celine just going to be laying up to a good distance. Not wanting to take it on. I think on the angle the breeze will be a little in from where she's playing, so probably a good smart play. Let the wedges do the work for her. Up ahead at 13, Babnik.
Frustrating day it's been for Pierre Babnik with the flat stick. Still inside the top 10 at 14 under par and a share of 5th with the likes of Cara, Brianna, Navarrosa and Celine Herbin.
You know, 3 birdies and an eagle in her first 6 holes for Patnick. Certainly tee to green, striping it.
In your opinion, Alan Michelle, what makes Casandra Alexander stand out? We've heard previously from her coach that he believes that she is a top 10 player in the world, but mentally she combines great strength with power.
Well, I think you pretty much summed it up, though. You know, if you watch on the range, there's on any tour, anywhere in the world you play, and there's always a certain amount of people that just seem to hit it a little bit better, a little more consistent. She has that ability, and she averages over 285 yards off the tee, and that's quite substantially longer than most of the other ladies. Has a golf swing that's going to stand up under any pressure. I think she's just combining her putting, I would say, in the last year has just improved quite a bit.
Navarrosa just coming up short there. In conversation with Lungani Lobo, who is on the bag for the French professional, Camille Chevalier. Been a good team this week. After crunching the numbers.
She's had a bit of a different day compared to yesterday. Has Camille, a host of birdies and no drop shots, and today she's really made 4 bogeys on the card, only the lone birdie. So she's looking at the par 5 now, desperately wanting to hit this one in nice and close and produce a bounce back birdie, get some forward momentum for the coming holes.
Yeah, I agree, Tandy. She needs something, and she's got 3 par 5s left, and she's got to stop the rot, try to control the spin here.
A great shot. Very nicely done, keeping it below the hole.
This lady's been on song with the irons today, peppering the flags.
Well, I mean, the fact that Cass has a 3-shot advantage at the top of the leaderboard, somebody needs to chase her. I feel like it's up to Awafiel or Rudgeley or Laisne to really play some high percentage golf and try and manufacture something out there, because Cass is in the zone. I don't think there's any catching her at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she's going to finish anything worse than 20 under par. She's got 2 par 5s. She hasn't shown any signs of not doing that. So somebody, Awafiel, Rudgeley, Laisne, they're going to have a string of birdies and possibly an eagle coming in.
Great shot there from Cara. Don't forget, we still have the tough inward stretch to come. Death or glory, the finish, 16, 17, 18. And 2 of those holes with water and penalty areas to contend with.
Yeah, but they're playing downwind today, Andrew, so 16 is probably the toughest one. 15, I think stay there, good shot from Herbin. 15 is probably one of the tougher par 3s, more difficult than 17 because it's playing into the wind. Really deep pin location, and narrows up there on 15.
Look at the screen, the par 3 is 17th. The water on the left-hand side is Northcliffe Hill and the water tower. It's generally where the bad weather comes from.
You can actually make your way up there. There's a beautiful viewpoint from up there. You can see the whole of Johannesburg, Randpark. And there's our winner from yesterday, Samuel Simpson.
Won for the 2nd time at Heron Banks, the Mediclinic Invitational, the Sunshine Tour, miraculously relinquished a 5-stroke lead inside 3 holes at the start of his round. At that stage, Travis Proctor and Jaco Prinsloo in pursuit of the title. And to his credit, he bounced back brilliantly to not only regain confidence but also form, and in the end he won by 3 shots for the 2nd victory of his career on the Sunshine Tour. He's also a former President's Cup Junior player, so look out for Sam Simpson.
Yeah, great win. He's supporting Brianna Navarrosa, and I'm sure a few of the South Africans out there today. Great to see him come out and support the ladies.
That is incredible to see, especially a man who won 24 hours ago. Garvey for eagle. Left to right. Oh, it's in the teeth. just need a little bit more.
Kaiser Arifel from the front section of the 13th, putting up lengthy birdie attempt. Definitely know it's your day when you make one or two of those in a round of golf, hey Al?
Yep. They're going to need something special, though. I think maybe Kirsten Rudgeley, or this lady, Agathe, putt bobbled a little bit in the front. That's on a good line.
I think I'm in agreement with you, Al, with Rudgeley. She's swinging well. She seems to find the fairways and give herself the opportunities in this back nine. She can certainly challenge Alexander. Here she is for birdie. Unfortunately, that one bobbled from the fringe.
It's almost tough just to putt from that pace or so off the edge through the Kikuyu. Sometimes just throws the ball offline straight away. She's going to settle for a neat tap in 4. She stays 3 shots behind our leader, Casandra Alexander.
She's missed a couple of good chances in the previous 2 holes. Not on 14. 3 birdies on the back 9 for Gaynor.
Yeah, Gaynor actually came to the Joburg Ladies Open last year, leading the LET Order of Merit, and she'd go on to finish in 10th position at year end.
Celine Herbin needs it. She's got it. This is about where she started her charge yesterday.
4 shots behind that putt. Maybe the putts are going to start dropping for the players. Navarrosa needs this one to find the bottom of the cup. Unfortunately, got to feel that her charge is slipping by the wayside. This talented American from San Diego, we've had the pleasure of watching compete out in South Africa for the past 2 years. An exceptional talent.
Chevalier now at the 12th, and this is a birdie opportunity to take it to 14 under.
Good stroke.
Seems everybody's missed that putt on the left-hand side from just sort of 7 o'clock. It's gone that awkward distance past, since considering she's bogeyed the last 3 holes. Just taking her time.
Al, do you have a signature outfit?
It's been such a long time since I played competitive golf, I can't remember.
Well, Camille certainly is well dressed and she does things her own way. Donning South African green is the French woman. Here's our leader. We found the fairway at 14. The par 5 already had 2 eagles on a card, which came at 2 and 4.
I think if anything, she's going to try and hit this past the flag. You don't want to miss it in that front bunker. There's lots of space behind.
This could really seal the deal. Oh, and she's come up short in the front bunker. That will be difficult.
Kaiser Arifel just to clean up for a par at the 13th. Actually rolled a little further past than what I thought. It's that slightly awkward distance, but easily navigated for the Swede.
She's impressive, having only been a pro for 18 months. She's contended on both occasions. She's featured at the Joburg Ladies Open, a share of 4th last year, and currently in 2nd position at 16 under par alongside Kirsten Rudgeley. Laisne is also on the mark. Emma Felcher, she's appeared in our broadcast. 3 under through 14 holes. as is her countrywoman, Marianne Klotz, level through 13 for her round.
It's Cassandra's mum in the background there walking with, offering some support, but also there's a couple of other spectators.
Cass has actually got such a good sense of humour, and she was asked yesterday about having won this title in 2021, and someone had actually pulled out a pic of that, and she remarked how chubby she was back then. But Cass is looking very fit at the moment. I think even fitter than she was looking last year. Perhaps it's all the travelling, perhaps it is just sticking to that exercise program and really just focusing. But shot like that, absolutely incredible from the SA number 1.
Breeze has settled a little bit.
That's not a bad lead, but high on the left-hand side. Celine just really taking her time on this one, stalking it from every angle possible. Just to salvage a par. Isn't it incredible, Alan, how sometimes when you have a par putt, that intensity of focus just goes up. We had that same intensity for a birdie putt. We would make everything.
3 great days and unable to just turn on during the final round so far. Oh, an important putt here at 14 for eagle. That'll be for a birdie to take her tally to 17 under, to be just 2 strokes behind Casandra Alexander, who has a birdie to come.
Marianne Klotz downhill, settle. A little steamy down that hill.
Kirsten Rudgeley now just to clean up for a great birdie at the 14th, so she moves into 2 shots behind.
Alexander, by far the best round of the day so far we've seen from any of the players out there, currently sitting at 7 under, and certainly on course to become just the second 2-time winner of this event, Ashley Buhai having won the title in 2015 and 2018.
Clutch from Cass. 20 under par at the Joburg Ladies Open.
16 on into 6 from the left-hand side today. Bit of a swale there, trying to get into it. Not too bad.
Kaja Ajafil at 16 under par, picking it up. Hybrid. Gently just trying to work it right to left. That is superb ball control.
Seen some great shots into that hole in the last couple of groups. Agathe, second into 14.
Start of the day, 1 stroke behind Celine Herbin and Camille Chevalier. Who's taken on her account to 16 under par, currently in a share of 3rd. They'll take a good hop.
Well, the Swede's taking her time here. Birdie would be absolute gold at this stage.
I'm sure everyone at Tranås Golf Club in Sweden are watching on. Oh.
Such a good putt. Agonizingly close. Unfortunately walks off with a 3 though.
Chevalier just looking up to the sky.
Yeah, I gave a thought for her 5 over the last 5. She was 16 under just an hour ago. This for 2 to get to 18 under. Read it well.
Game on.
Get Lenny, not too bad there. Like I said, Andrew, she can avoid the bunker, and it's still going to be difficult though. She's got that top plateau, and then it's going to go quite severely downhill, sort of about 15 feet before the hole.
I feel it's the right club choice, Al.
Yeah, I think so, and got a couple of breaks in it as well, so if you can get this within 3 or 4 feet, she's done really well.
Bit of a roller coaster putt. Oh, magic at Randpark from Laisne. Oh,
Well, that's
to Scott
incredible.
Hurley, Anne.
Absolutely. Well, that takes it to 18 under now. She joins Rudgeley, just 2 shots off the pace of our leader, Alexander. And what a monumental putt that was.
Well, 3 or 4 feet, she holds it. What a beauty. That is certainly got one on the field there. Casandra Alexander. It's going to be, I would imagine, 10-foot short right of the flag would be ideal. Straight at the flag for Casandra.
There's no holding back from Cass. She's been terrific off the tee, and with the irons in hand, she's been super aggressive.
Not a bad little angle to come chip from here for Herbin. Currently tied for 5th. Would love to jump out of that group with a little chip and putt. Tricky little read here. Didn't do much when it went past the hole with a chip.
It's probably just left edge, Al. Rolling at a nice medium pace. Centre cup, nicely done.
Building momentum.
It does look a little darker outside, but we've only got 4 holes to go.
Yes! Blanco, what a fabulous putt.
Started the day at -9 and went back to -5 at one stage, so making a fight back. Casandra Alexander from the back of the 16th green.
This will be a bonus. It really is a tough putt. She's done so well. Scorecard, just 1 blemish, teeth chip shot from the front of the green at the 3rd. Other than that, magic from the South African. 2 eagles in the card, 5 birdies. Cara Gainer looking to get to 15 under now.
Coming off a bogey at the 16th. This will be her 7th birdie today. Should it go in? Coming off agonizingly short. 2 bogeys on the scorecard for Gainer. Flag on the 16th today is 16 on, 6 from the left. So probably looking to start this in the middle of the green and let that faceplane tilt just squirt it off a bit more left. That's a pretty good shot. It's unlucky she's caught that ridge actually, but well done.
Saying it's going a little bit left. Left from where she's aiming. That is solid.
Unfortunately, lots of trouble though for Celine, and that is a double bogey. Didn't get out the bunker, and that is very costly at this stage of the game.
She doesn't need to do anything fancy, just needs to roll it up stone dead. At the stage, the players need to come to her. Yeah, good effort. A little over 2 feet left.
She came out the gates roaring like a lion. 2 eagles in 3 holes. The back nine has been superb as well. 4 birdies on the card. Rudgeley from down under for birdie. Cara Gainer at 18 with her 2nd. Long way back at this par 5. Super strike. She finds the front half of the green. Eagle putt to come.
Big putt for the Australian. Can she stay in it? She can.
All three of these players in a very similar spot here on the 18th, putting for the eagle. Fortunately, none converted, but it's going to be 3 birdies. And a very nice finish also. 3 birdies in the last 6 holes for Blanca Fernandez.
Celine from the right-hand side. Unfortunately made double bogey at the 15th. It's a decent shot though.
Ariane Klotz, second shot uphill. Doesn't look too thrilled with it. It's on the front left-hand side, which is more what you would expect from that angle. Lengthy putt for an eagle, but it's an eagle attempt nonetheless. Yeah, I think depending on the lie, she's probably looking at front left, centre left, worst case. If it's just short, she's got a nice angle to chip up to the flag. She does generate a lot of hand speed at the bottom of a swing arc. Not stronger than most out of the rough.
Oh, she carries it.
Wow.
Back bunker. Wow, is this woman strong.
Babnik, iron, second into. And that is not a good noise for anybody.
Well, the hooter has sounded here at Randpark Golf Club during the 4th and final round of the Joburg Ladies Open. The elements incoming. Rudgeley finished just before the hooter sounded. Also remained at 18 under, 2 back of Casandra Alexander, who is at the back of the green on the 18th.
It's quite interesting, Andrew, that Cassandra's second shot there, I'm sure it's caught the downhill of that, you know, just getting over that first bunker. It would be much better if it stayed actually in the first bunker. Even though she got a flyer, I'm pretty sure that's caught the downhill, and that's why it's rocketed through that green. From a long way away at 16, going back up that slope.
Oh, having to hit out sideways, Tanim Cullum.
Yeah, I think smart play. Just going to use the slope on the right-hand side, get it on the green, give herself an outside chance. I think going at that flag. So sand would have compacted slightly with a bit of the rain that's fallen, so I think that's smart play.
And just to paint the canvas, so unlucky to have found a ball in the back of the greenside bunker, hitting the edge of the collar, the front of the green, and it skipped all the way to the back, and that was the result. Here is Herbin, Celine, right to left, bit of a sharp break at the difficult 16th. She's at 14 under par, having started the day at 16 under.
I think in one way this break has given Casandra Alexander a good opportunity to weigh up the situation and think, well, hang on, if I'm going to get 5 here, it's going to be unlikely that Kirsten Rudgeley is going to eagle the loss. It's a possibility, but I'll take that chance. I'll make my 5, and I think she made a great decision there.
Ariane Klotz for eagle, coming up short. The closing par 5. Remember, there are 5 par 5s on the Firethorn layout for the women professionals this week. I think it's a par 73.
Try to leave it inside that little 2 feet scoring zone around the hole.
Settle. Oh. Touch of adrenaline perhaps after the traditional high-felt storm around Johannesburg.
You got to feel that if this goes in, Alan, it's pretty much game over. Unless Agathe or Kirsten can make an eagle at the last.
slips by. Oh, she's opened the door. But what a Sunday it has been from Casandra Alexander, despite that drop shot at 18.
Rudgeley, tee shot at 17. She's got 17 and 18. One shot behind. Oh my goodness.
Oh, what a shot at the penultimate hole. What a time to come up trumps.
Rudgeley, one behind. Can she reach? She does hit it a little longer.
She would not have known what's happened up ahead.
She's come up short of the green side, a bunker lurking.
Birdie putt still remains for Laisne. Nicely holed. She's had such an interesting day. She's had her 4 birdies, the triple at the 7th and the double at the 15th.
Well, we thought the birdie might come at 18. It has come at 17. Agathe has the opportunity to birdie the last and take the Joburg Ladies Open.
Camille Chevalier already on the tee. Players are pushing to get done. Centre left-hand side is ideal. Camille's had, unfortunately, quite a tumultuous day out on the golf course. She's played such beautiful golf the first 3 days.
She needs to get it up and down to tie Casandra Alexander. And at this stage, Agathe Laisne.
She chips in, she'll take the lead.
She hit a beautiful little pitch yesterday from a similar position. She's a little bit closer today.
So well under pressure, the Australian. Shows a bit of class.
I'll tell you what, just short of that bunker on that right-hand side, a little bit sandy as well. I don't think she had the greatest lie there.
Cleans up for her 5.
Share a 4th in this tournament last year at Modderfontein Golf Club.
This for the Australian to tie the lead. That's a great up and down. Showed a lot of guts. It is a great final round.
2 at the top now, 19 under par. Brilliant final round, L. 67, 6 under par. Just 1 drop shot on the card.
It's a great angle to see what faces Agathe. Got a little close, very close to like a 35-meter pitch. Given the moment, it's a pretty good shot. Disappointing back 9 for Camille.
Couldn't go outside the hole. It's inside left. We saw Casandra Alexander hit a good putt from the other side. It didn't break from the right. It is going to be a playoff. Alexander, Rudgeley, Laisne. Well done.
Yeah, 4th place on your own is better than 4th place shared. Better prize money, better points. Strong finish by Celine.
The title to be held aloft today, hopefully, fingers crossed. Casandra Alexander, though, around 56. It's a 3-way playoff to decide the Joburg Ladies Open. She'll have Rudgeley, Laisne to contend with.
Great round today by Cara, gain of 5 under 68. Just a reminder, it's a par 73. There are 5 par 5s for the ladies here at Randpark Golf Club. Very solid 6 under 67 by Luna Gomez.
Morgan Metro, 70. Good score today. Olivia Cowan has won a few times. She gets to -9. Anna Dawson, 68. Moving up the leaderboard.
confidence ahead of next week at the Investec South African Women's Open to be held at Royal Cape Golf Club. And that is a venue where her boyfriend won recently on the Sunshine Tour.
First task, though, is to find the fairway on 18, and if possible, centre left side is the better angle. All three players definitely have the length to get there in two.
Just got to try and open up the hole by hitting it down the left side, she says. That'll settle in the fairway. The turn of Laisne. We had the chance to win it outright. The 72nd hole. Well to finish.
Yeah, good tee shot.
Heavier air conditions.
Well, let's see if her length can give her the advantage. Did have a 45-minute delay due to lightning, which allowed the likes of Kirsten Rudgeley back into the reckoning.
Some good solid contact. Kind of just short on that front side. Lots of green to work with. Good position. Still a fair amount of drizzle pouring. Just front edge.
Good contact. It's good to go. Taking it high. Yeah, she did regulation play. Knocks it within 3 feet of the cup.
Both of those are not gimme. They're not that close.
Crowd begging for the ball to go towards the pin. Alexander misses to the left. More than likely to be a par 5 for the South African. It's opened the door for the other two players. She's got the read from Alexander's earlier putt. With a plumb, finds the bottom of the cup. Confident roll of the putter. Ball. It's a par 4. And we're going back down 18. Fortunately, that eliminates the South African, Casandra Alexander, the local hero that put up a massive fight.
We saw her play the shot a little earlier. She tends to knock down her follow-through to almost control the trajectory and let it release up. She's holding that club face very square through the hitting area, and she's done it again.
Come with the moment and the applause, the courtesy to the support looking on. Superb stuff. Didn't waste any time, and she produces the goods in the second playoff hole. We are witnessing brilliance. 25-year-old Kirsten Rudgeley taps in for a birdie for the second playoff hole. Laisne stays in the fight. This is pulsating drama.
Tell you what, it's dead quiet around that 18th green as these players are setting out.
It's reeling back. Rudgeley knocks it pin high.
Fifth playoff hole, 78 meters uphill.
It does.
Maybe back to Agathe with an uphill putt. Kirsten Rudgeley has a downhiller.
Remember, play was suspended earlier in the day due to lightning. We had an hour delay. We came back And we're now in the 5th playoff hole. These are the 2 shots. The par 5 18th has been converted into a par 3. Rudgeley was first to play from 78 meters, 85 yards, and then Agathe Laisne. 2 pure strikes. Superb putt from Laisne. The fist goes up. Rudgeley unfortunately misses on the 5th playoff hole. Under the lights at Randpark, Agathe Laisne masters the mayhem, the rain, the playoff pressure and all. Like the Joburg Thunder, the French professional roars loudest. Laisne winning the Joburg Open on the 5th playoff hole. It's her 2nd LET title. France's Agathe Laisne takes the title at the Joburg Ladies Open in dramatic fashion. Victory in the 5th playoff hole after a round of 69 to tie Alexander and Kirsten Rudgeley at the summit. Alexander bowed out early and left the Australian and the French professional to battle it out under the lights here at Randpark.
Thank you.
Well, from myself, Andrew Hope, Alan, Michelle, Tandy, McCullum, and Lee and Paulik, and the entire production team and the worldwide feed, the community of golf. We'll see you next week at Royal Cape Golf Club for the investing South African Women's Open Champion. Congratulations to France's Agathe Laisne. It's cheers for now for Randpark under the lights.